Many of you here may consider the country like America, England, Australia, or even Japan for your travel destination. But for me, I have different directions. My destination is not too far. It is in our Southeast Asia mainland, the MeKong region. Our own neighboring countries, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Myanmar, and parts of Thailand. When I told this to everyone I know that I would make a 5-month journey to visit my friend in this country, many of them were worried about me. They asked, "Are you not afraid to travel alone? How would you live there?" On the very first few days that I began my journey, there were messages from families and friends wishing me luck, and then they said, "Stay safe. Take very good care of yourself." It is no wonder why so many people were worried about me. Maybe because this journey seemed to be so long and so lonely for them. But unless they were me taking this incredible journey, they will realize that the more they travel, the less loneliness and the less worry they will have. I took this picture when I was on the train from Yangon to Mont Lamyai, Mon State of Myanmar. A friend of mine in Yangon asked me, "Why do you have to go to Mont Lamyai? There were a lot of Muslim people there." She asked, maybe she was worried that something bad might happen to me. And she was absolutely right. On the day that I took a train, there were a lot of Muslim passengers on the carriage that I was on. But 10 hours that I was on the train, I was very well taken good care by Muslim people who I never met before. They shared me the food. They even shared me the drinking water. And in the afternoon, they bought me a cup of milk tea. We could not communicate in English at all, but we understood each other through hospitality, which is universal human language. And that's one of the most impressive moments of my journey. Before I tell you other parts of my journey, I'd like to tell you more about myself. My hometown is in a small district of Ubon Ratchatani province. It is in the northeast of Thailand, or Isan, in the southern, is neighboring to southern Laos and northern Cambodia. I grew up running in the rice paddy field and collecting small fish from the mud with my younger brother. And that's me and my family. That picture was taken in the Hua Hale Rapids, and now it's become the part of the so-called Pak Moon Dam. My home is just 40 kilometers away from the MeKong River. And the other side of the river is Lao PDR. My mother tongue is Isan dialect. Obviously, I can speak Lao very well. And you can see that I have a strong accent of southern Lao. ข่อยก็เป็นคนลาวอุบลเนาะ ก็กินข้าวเหนียวกับปนกับลาบมื้อนี้ก็อยากเว้าภาษาอังกฤษเบิดอยู่ได้แต่ว่าก็เกรงใจพี่น้องกทมเพิ่นเนาะ My mother and sister are from Laos and my father and sister are from Vietnam. But unfortunately, I don't speak any Vietnamese or I don't look Vietnamese at all. That's briefly about my roots and my origins. I went to a university in my hometown. As a student, I was not very much interested in learning about the MeKong region. Like other students, all I learned mostly are from textbook, through readings and memorizing, but not from real-life experiences. After graduation, I moved to Bangkok to work for the Thai Volunteer Service Foundation, where I luckily had a chance to work with many different young change makers from the MeKong region and also different parts of the Southeast Asia country, where we share dreams and we share hope. And later, we become good friends. However, my world of learning about the MeKong region is still limited. And I found out that there's so many things that have stopped me from real learning. So I decided to take this journey. The main purpose of my journey is to unlearn myself from the ordinary people from our neighboring countries. On a journey, I intended to travel across the border by land only. I stayed at my friend's home. I ate and I slept at their houses mostly throughout the journey. And of course, my journey is not easy at all. The MeKong region is the lifeline that feeds millions of lives in the region. It is spiritually and ecologically connected people from upstream to downstream, from generation to generation. And in this picture, I bring you to down south of Vietnam, the MeKong Delta, in a city called Cần Thơ. It is the end of the MeKong River where it meets the sea. The MeKong Delta is the fertile land. It's also the rich source of fruits produce and fishery that feeds people in and outside the country. And there, I met with the local youth volunteer called MeKong Delta Youth. They told me that the MeKong Delta is now being threatened by the climate change. And the level of the river is changing. And they realized that they have to do something to protect their own hometown. Examples of their projects are building the floating toilet, doing their bat conservation, and organizing the study trip on the MeKong Delta. The MeKong River is not just the source of our food security, but the changes in the river is signaling us whether we're living our life in harmony with river or not. It also tells us which direction of development in our region we move to. The effects may not directly affect to many of us here in this hall, but to our friends on the Delta. And I believe that we also are the part of the solution to this problem, because the MeKong River, it's flow through many countries, also including Thailand, our own country. MeKong River is borderless. That's my experience in Vietnam. I'm not sure if you still remember, 5 years ago, there were border conflicts between Thailand and Cambodia over the Burvihia temple. Border clashes have killed some of the people who live along the border, and that make people live in fear. News on radio, social media, TV, or even newspaper has intensified the hatred of the people from two nations. But I'm making you feeling different. In Phnom Penh, a capital of Cambodia, I met with a group of my friends, Khmer friends, who were the part of the Cambodian Thai exchange program that I used to organize in 2012. When we met, everyone say, "Hey, Pinating, come stay in my house." Everyone wants to host me, and they want to welcome me to their home. Their friendship really warmed my heart. And you can see that the news that we always hear, it is very contrasting. The media was partially wrong. Is wrong. How can we hate each other even though we haven't met yet? For me, my experience in Cambodia, friendship is borderless. In this fast-changing world, driven by the capitalism, Our lives are getting more complicated. But however, there's a group of people who are trying to live their life more simple and more happy. In the capital city of Laos, in Vientiane, I met with a good friend of mine. Her name is Pon Supan. She and her family started organic farming for her own family and also for her people in her community. And she told me that she has often traveled across the border to learn about the organic farming methods and also the alternative healthcare with people from Thailand. And big part of her aspiration is coming from experts and friends in Thailand, and vice versa. She and her Lao organic farm had inspired me to start my own organic farm back home in Isan. And we can see that Thailand and Laos have shared inspiration and the answer to a more happy and a more sustainable life. My experience in Laos, what I learned in Laos, inspiration is also truly borderless. In Thailand, we have almost 2 million of migrant workers from Myanmar who are living and working in our country. Most of the time, they are called working class people. And sometimes in our society, they are called troublemakers. But it's not always true. I will bring you to Mok Lam Yai, a town in Mon State of Myanmar, where I met with a Hindi man. His name is Jimin. He is the owner of the guest house near the hotel that I stay. After I ate breakfast at his guest house, he approached me and asked, "Are you Thai? คนไทยหรือเปล่าครับ?" He speaks in Thai so clear and so well. English has become useless for me at that time. Jimin has worked in Thailand for 16 years. He had worked so hard and he saved a lot of money. And now he returned home and become the business owner. Every time that he crossed the border to work in Thailand, he would pay respect to the land and the king of Thailand. ผมกราบแผ่นดินทุกครั้งเมื่อถึงฝั่งไทยผมไหว้ในหลวงทุกครั้งเมื่อถึงฝั่งไทยผมไม่เคยลืมบุญคุณคนไทยคนเราจะดีได้ต้องไม่ลืมบุญคุณคน Actually, the people of Myanmar have contributed a lot to our country economy. They learn our language, and they also love our country. Jimin kindly gave me a ride touring around the town. And that's him in the picture. His face might not look friendly to you. But he has a beautiful mind, and we are like a long-lost relatives. I truly believe that people is the very first pillar of ASEAN community. Once we make a journey, we step out of our comfort zone. Fears become courage. Strangers become friends. And problems become solutions. More than 5,000 kilometers of a journey in 5 countries of 5 months. I had friends everywhere I went, and I have found new families everywhere I stay. They kindly opened their houses for me. They opened their hearts to welcome me. They treat me like I was one of their family members. They gave me water. They gave me food. I personally gained a deeper understanding and unlearned myself from the people and the country I visited. After this long, incredible journey, I can feel that all border lines are gradually disappearing. And at the end, I see no borders at all. But there is only the land, the river, and the sea. For me, humanity is borderless. Thank you very much.